So I'm gonna do a little bit longer video of the pond here in the winter time. We're at the coldest point in the year right now. We're in the third week of January here, and basically starting about right now, the temps are gonna just start plummeting. So this is the pond right now, and actually a couple days ago I had an issue where the pond started to get a thin layer of ice starting to form around it, especially on this end. And what I found out was, so that's where the waterfall is right there. But what I found out is the warmth of the pond melted a hole going up the waterfall, and there was a big opening right there. And it was allowing air to shoot down in there. So when it got crazy cold one night, it was like 2 below zero, air started shooting down the waterfall because that whole thing was opened up and it was going down into there, because underneath here, the waterfall is still open under there. So I covered that whole thing with this mound of snow over the whole waterfall, and now it actually insulated it back up again, so there's no air shooting down there again. So I just want to take a peek at the pond right now. And right now it's about 10 degrees Fahrenheit with a 15 below wind chill. So I'm gonna go in here and see how it's doing. And another thing I added, because of how cold it's gonna get in here, there's a goldfish over there just swimming around. Another thing I added in here was an 800 gallon per hour waterfall pond pump. It's that green one down there, because I need more agitation to the water, and that thing is cranking pretty good. So you can see the roots of that plant right there moving in the water, because that pond pump is going. So I know it looks like a mess in here right now, but basically what I have going right now are the two Eheim Jaeger heaters. So there's two 100 watt heaters. They're aquarium heaters, they're not pond heaters, so they're really not meant for this type of deal here. But like I said, it's 10 degrees. It was below zero last night, and it's negative 15. No air really gets in here, so the wind chill doesn't matter in here. This thing keeps the wind out. But you can see on the other side there, underneath that 2x4 stud that makes up this A-frame, that's open under there. There's really no way for me to make it completely sealed off. So that waterfall was just shooting cold air right down into this pond area. So now it doesn't do that anymore. So, but anyway, I don't have my temp gun with me, but I'm guessing the water's probably like 28 or 29 degrees or something. Those heaters don't really warm it up. But the next time I do an update, it's going to be tomorrow. I'm not really looking forward to coming out here though, because it's literally going to be 20 below zero standing temperature in the morning. So by 7 o'clock in the morning, it's going to be 20 below zero with a 40 below wind chill. So not really looking forward to that. But I do want to, I have to be honest, I'm a little worried about the pond, just for the fact that I really don't want this thing to ice over. So far it's amazing. Like I said in a previous video, in the beginning of January last year, before I had this cover on, this pond was lost. It was totally solid. It was 15 inches of ice in this pond. It was completely bricked. So this year's totally different. But I have a couple goldfish in here. I have like 6 sunfish in here. There's crayfish in here. I seen them the other day actually moving around in here at night. And I actually think there's a couple frogs in here, because we've seen them in here before they really went dormant. So I actually do believe there's a couple frogs in here as well. So I want to keep this pond open, and I don't know about next year, but anyway, that's what the update is right now. So I think there's enough. And actually what I'm going to probably do, I can't do it on video because it's too tough, but I'm going to move that pond pump up more, so it's actually pushing the surface of the water. So right now it's just flowing through the water. But when that thin layer of ice was basically covering that half of the pond over there, it was probably to like right there. This side over here was open. There was like an 1/8 inch little layer of ice in here, and I was like pretty surprised, but it happened to be because of all that air coming down that waterfall. But anyway, when I put this pump in here, this 800 gallon per hour pump, it started pushing the water hard, and it actually melted that ice down. Plus the fact that I put the snow on top, it insulated it back down, kind of like an igloo. So that's where I'm at right now. So right now I'm going to move that pump, face it upward, and let the water shoot up to the surface, because there's just no way that I'm coming out here in the middle of the night when it's 20 below zero with 40 below wind chill trying to fix things at that time. So I'm hoping to get through this, but 2 crazy cold nights and then it still is going to stay below zero. It's going to be below zero for like a week straight. So I'm going to add to this video and we'll see how it all turns out at the end. So I think I'm as ready as I'm going to be for this insane temperature drop that's about to happen. So like I said, by tomorrow morning, it's supposed to be 20 below zero standing temperature, which is what it'll be in here because there's no sun anyway that hits this. Wind chill of 40 below zero. This does keep the wind off, so that's the one positive thing about it. But yeah, so I turned on the in pond right now. So I've got the in pond going over there. And I've also got this pond pump right here pushing water to the surface to keep water moving. And then I got the 2 100 watt heaters in there. So, I mean, if they stay working, which they have been, should be good. But man, that's really cold, and it's going to be cold for a week. The next 2 days are going to be brutal, but then it's still going to be cold. So I think we get past these 2 days, it'll be looking pretty good from there. So that's where I'm at right now. That's the update. All right, it's 20 below zero outside with a 40 below wind chill. This is freezing. Yeah. Oh my. Water's still running. I'm gonna try and check the temperature in here, but 28 actually. Wow, that's really good. I'm gonna shut this thing back up and just leave it, but that's the update right there. There's some ice right over there, a little bit of ice, but everything else is all doing good. So I'm gonna shut this thing back up. That's it. It's freezing out here. All right, so update on the pond. Yeah, it looks a little different in here. So this thing was icing up all over the place. So what I did, and we'll see how this works. It's actually getting really warm in here, but it is creating quite a bit of moisture in here, which isn't my favorite thing, but I also don't want the pond to freeze over. I've got ice all along that side because it's -8 degrees right now. So that was the high today. And so it's not warming up at all, but it's really getting warm in here now. So I'm gonna run this thing for a while. I just have charcoal in there. So that's a little mini tabletop charcoal grill. So the thing's really cool. And that thing is really, really hot. So it's doing its job in here. I'm gonna see what it does. So I'll revisit this video later, but it's almost gonna get dark out. All right, let's check. This is Saturday morning. It's 18 below zero, so it's 2 degrees warmer than yesterday. Whoop-de-doo. Oh man, get this in here. So that's the pond right now. We've got some more ice, I see. So I can check the temperature of the water. Still holding strong at 28.5 degrees right now. So that's not bad. So let's see what it says. I can't even see this temperature display on here. I put this in here. It's 17 degrees in here. 91% humidity. There's the fish right there. There's a couple of goldfish right there swimming around. So that's the update right now. Like I said, today, low of 18. We had 18 below zero right now, and the wind chill's not bad right now. I don't really feel any wind, so I don't know. It's probably registering in the mid 25 below or something wind chill. But that's the update right now. Tomorrow's supposed to be warmer, quote unquote warmer, with a high of, I don't know, around 0. Today's high is supposed to get to, I believe, 6 below 0 or something, or 5 below. I don't know, somewhere there. I didn't check this morning, but yesterday was the most brutal day. Today's also brutal, and then it starts to slowly warm up and have lows around -1, -2. So it's still cold, but I'm just going to keep documenting this cold snap. So that's where it's at right now. So I'm going to go back inside. It's freezing. All right, so update on the pond. It's Monday. It is sitting at about 5 below zero right now. Got down to 7 below zero last night. I don't know, it looks pretty much the same in here. I mean, we've got that ice there, but this whole side over here is all open. It's all actually open here too. There's a very, very thin layer right here, but the water's moving underneath there. So looks like it's 18 degrees, according to that thermometer right there. I'm gonna clean that off because I have this, I have the camera right here, so I can actually see this thing at night or whenever I want. So I'm just gonna clear this off right here so I can see it. It's 19 degrees with 90% humidity. So that's what it's looking like in here right now. 28.5 on the water temp still. So as a recap, I've got that 800 gallon per hour pump moving under the water there to keep the water moving. I have the in-pond going over there. That thing's a trooper. And then the two 100 watt Eheim Jaeger aquarium heaters. They're not designed for outdoor use, but so far they've been awesome. So we're gonna see how this goes. But so far so good. I guess the next 4 days after today, like today the high is supposed to be like 8 degrees, and then it's supposed to be, you know, 8 or 9 degrees for the next 4 days. So still extremely cold, but that 18 to 20 below standing temperature that we had a few days ago, that's over and hopefully doesn't return, but we'll see. So that is the update right now. So I'm gonna try a little free heat situation here, little MacGyver situation. That's the discharge for the gas furnace. And I just basically put the little tube in there, goes right into the pond. So maybe it'll give me some free heat. And it's not like it can get really any more humid in here. It's already, well, it's at 89% humidity. It was up to 95 the other day though. And anyway, I just put this thing in here. So we'll see if it does anything, what it does, but it does blow out of there because it just was blowing. It just stopped right now, but it is blowing heat out of there. So this is what the pond looks like right now. It is 4 degrees above zero right now, and it's really not going to change at all. And it's going to get down to, I think it's going to go down to 4 or 6 degrees below zero tonight. So we'll just have to see. The temperature is sitting at 18 degrees right now inside this thing. So we'll see. I'll check on it later and we'll see if that free heat situation has done anything. All right, so this is gonna be my last update video for this little series of videos I've been doing because the deep freeze is over. So I'm gonna check the pond out. There it is. So there's basically no ice left for the most part. So according to the thermometer, we're at a high level of humidity. So it was at like 98% and then eventually just went to high. So it's like 100% humidity in here. And 32 degrees? Yeah, 32 degrees in here. So there's some goldfish right there. I see them swimming. But yeah, this is the update right now in the pond. Everything looks fine. Geez, tons of moisture in here. There's just like icicles hanging from the inside because that vent that I have, basically the vent coming out of the furnace, I just have it pumped into here, so it's just blowing warm air into here. But I don't really think that helps a ton, to be honest. It helps a little bit, but let me check the temps of the water. Let's see what it's at. 36.5. So that is pretty good. Not bad at all. So no wonder it's melting all the ice in here. But you got those little crystals everywhere, which that only started when I put the exhaust vent pumping into here. So, but anyway, that's the update. The pond made it through the deep freeze. And when I get this video all spliced together, you'll be able to see it going from zero ice to just complete devastation with 20 below standing temperatures outside. And right now it's actually sitting at like 24 degrees outside. It's getting down to like 8 to 10 degrees or so at night right now, and like 20 to 23, 24 degrees or so during the daytime. Next week, maybe we're going to get above freezing. Woohoo! So we might hit 32, 33 degrees by, I don't know, I think it's like Saturday or Sunday or whatever. But yeah, that is the update for the deep freeze pond video.